Here.
All right,
Okay.
cool, cool.
All right, man. Listen, hey, thanks for being here. And geez, I hope you get home safely. Just drive safely. Okay,
Okay.
Mario. Yeah. Listen, the one important thing, and it's very interesting. The more knowledge that you have in your product, the more confidence you have. Okay, so that's important. I have a saying that knowledge drives confidence, and confidence drives success. You know,
Yeah,
and that again, your reputation, is important, and doing what you say you're going to do, and being transparent with everybody that you see. There's so many frauds out there that I'm amazed. Every day I see all kinds of uh, tactics, fraud, all kinds of you know uh, all kinds of things that I just when I look at it, I say, oh my God, what have we gotten to?
right.
It's incredible, what have we gotten to? But anyway, this program, what got me interested in this program is that we have the normal construction program, the Fannie Mae program. One of our lenders, UWM, has that program. It's a conforming program though. You got to qualify. You have to have tax returns. You have to have pay stubs,
Right,
employment, and all that stuff. And a lot of investors, they don't have any of that. They have their tax returns, but their tax returns usually are not, they're not enough to qualify for a mortgage. So
right.
now they've come up with this construction loan, which is really, I hadn't heard about it before, and it's a construction loan where basically you can buy a piece of land, you can refinance the lot, finance it along with the construction cost, and it's really really cool the way it works. I'm going to show you here. I'm going to go over the how this thing works for you here. Give me a second. Uh, One second, Dito, get out there. Okay, okay. The lender that's backing us up here is Lensure Mortgage Corporation.
Then,
Okay, a little about Lensure. They they do fix and flip. They do ground up construction market. That's one of their specialties. Ideal investor for the investor profile. Um, they have the Lensure's ground up construction program uh, loan. They have a loan, the draw process, and they have what they call the BRRR, which is buy, rehab, refinance, rent, and repeat.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and a lot of these you can make twice the fee. You can help the investor with the flip or with the construction, and then if you convert it over to DCR, you'll be making an extra origination fee there. So uh, they have a DSCR program, which most lenders do have. And we're going to go over how to find potential borrowers, potential buyers. The company was founded in 2015. They got they're almost in every state. Okay, so their centers in Rhode Island, Georgia, Utah, Ohio, Missouri. Um, so they're a pretty big company. They right now they're lending, like I said, in all 50 states. Okay, they have a highly experienced management team, and they take care of most everything. You don't really have to do a whole lot. You know, the fix and rent market, the investors who prefer fixer uppers, they want larger returns on their investment properties more quickly. investors have the option to do the fix and flip, um, fix, flip, and hold, or fix, flip, and sell. Okay.
Right.
They usually investors generally they look for properties that are in good locations. Locate like they say, location, location, location. Right.
It's everything. Yeah.
What's our ideal investor? Well, our ideal investor are investors who want to build a cash flow property portfolio. Okay. An experienced property investor. One of the criteria is that they must have a 660 credit score, and enough assets to cover the initial payment period. Okay.
Right.
Um, the ideal investor, the fix and flip program. Let's go over that real quick. The fix and flip program. Um, they will loan to any investor with any level of investor experience. In other words, it can be a first time investor.
It can.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, then it does not have to be a seasoned investor. Okay,
Do they have to
uh,
own an investment property, or it could be an
no, they don't. They
investment?
don't have to own an investment property.
Well, that's strong.
They'll accept any level of experience. Now, they may cut the loan to value a little bit, but it's designed for any investor. So
But
it it's designed for investors who are in the business of buying distressed homes, repairing them, and after sale, they can do the financing with us. They can
yeah.
convert. They can either hold the asset, or they could finance it.
Right.
Hold the asset, rent it out long term, or they turn around and sell it.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
so it depends on the investor. Some investors that I know, they're interested in buying and just holding on for a while, you know, and and
Yeah, yeah.
then
Taking
you
advantage
know,
of the
mhm,
yes, taking advantage of the cash flow
exactly.
and
Um,
then appreciation.
yep. And the nice thing is, on these loans, there's no prepayment penalty, no DTI. In other words, they can actually, flip, buy a property with non QM without having to worry about DTI, debt to income ratio, and not worry about income tax returns or anything like that. That's a big thing. Okay. Like I said, credit score 660. Um, non-owner occupied single family residence, multi-units, they will finance up to 4 units.
So
Okay.
they won't do like a first time investor that wants to buy a fix and flip and refinance it and live in it.
No, no. Not, that would be an investor loan only. Okay. No,
Okay.
they won't do that. That loan would qualify for trick because they're going to live in the property.
Right.
So any type of loans like that, they have to fully qualify.
Yeah. Okay. I no no. Yeah.
They have to show ability to pay and all that. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what they could do, and this is I asked this question, what they could do if they purchase a property and a year from now, a year later, they want to move into the property, they can always refinance that property with a bank statement loan or a P&L or 1099 with a
Right.
90% LTV.
Yeah.
Okay, they could pay off the mortgage. They can pay it off and do that type of loan.
Right.
So
Once Len Shore is out of the picture, they could do what I do.
yeah, exactly. They can do whatever they want. Exactly. But Leinster doesn't want you to say, hey, you're going to buy the property, as a primary, and they can't. You can't do that. You can pay them off and then do whatever you want with the property.
Do whatever you want. That's correct.
But I suggest to those people that the investors that if they do want to move into the property, just refinance the house. Do a refi and do a bank statement program.
Right.
If they can't qualify. So, the construction loan generally is up to 100% of the cost. Okay,
Uh-huh.
the purchase loan is up to 90% of the cost. And it's a 12-month loan term with interest-only payments. Okay.
So,
Go
so
ahead.
the fix and flip, uh, say they're selling a house for 100,000, they'll give you 90,000.
They'll give you 90%. Correct. Right.
90,000. What
Of the total.
about
Yeah.
the holdback? Is it going to be a holdback for the repairs?
Generally there will be because the fix and flip is very similar to the construction loan. So what they're going to do is hold back. If the house needs a lot of work, they're gonna treat it as a sort of as a construction loan, and you'll submit the estimates of work that have to be done to the house, and they'll review it, and they'll loan you the amount that you need to fix it, the repairs.
Is that'll be one loan, the 90% plus the money to repair?
Yeah, that'll be the correct. That'll be the one loan for the money to repair, and the purchase and plus the money to repair up to 90%.
Up to up to
Yeah,
90%.
it's
Is
very
there,
very similar to a construction loan. It's
is
kind of
there
the same program that you guys have. Very similar.
is there a loan to cost ratio?
Loan, what? Loan to value?
No, loan to cost.
Yeah, it's normally between 80 and 90% is what I understand.
That's
Okay,
depend
but
on the
it's more of a case by case, Mario. Case by case scenario. Okay, they review each project. They review the builder. The builder's experience, assets, their credit to determine the pricing. So
Okay. Do you have
they
to be a contractor
uh
or work with a contractor?
it depends, but yeah, if you're working with new construction, there's got to be a contractor.
What
Yeah,
about the fix and flip?
fix and flip. Whoever does the work to the property has to be licensed.
Oh, okay.
Not necessarily a contractor, but you have to have, like, if you're going to put a new roof on it, you got to have you got to have a roofer.
Right,
Uh, if you're going to do a painting contractor.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So, um, on the construction end, the loan amount, as you can see here, the loan amount is up to 95% of the construction cost. That's pretty good.
95% of the construction. Give me
Yeah,
an
as
example.
as defined by the plans and permits.
Oh, okay. So you already
Mhm.
own the land
Yep.
and you
If you
want to
already own the land, you already have the down payment. So so all you need is a contractor's estimate.
right,
And let's say your contractor's estimate is 300,000. Okay.
right.
Okay. They'll go up to 95% of 300,000
Oh, wow.
of the cost of construction.
Wow. And
Okay.
then that money is given to you in draws, right?
Yeah, it's given to you in draws. Correct.
So
Correct. Just like it's a regular construction loan. And also the loan origination fees can be financed into the loan. So that'll reduce the cash, at hand needed at the start of the program. So um,
what if you're looking to buy land and construct a house? Do they help you
you,
with the land?
they'll help you with the land and
How
the
much?
construction.
What LTV would they give you for the land?
For the land and the construction would be 95% for the land. I believe I'm not 100%, but I think it's about 90% for the land.
90. My God.
Yeah, but
So
you have
good.
to buy it. You have to buy the land in conjunction with the construction.
Right. Exactly.
They
Exactly.
they, they won't finance just a lot. You
So they'll give
got
you
you got
that.
to show them
that-
you got to show them that you're buying the land to build a house.
Right. Right.
Okay, and on none of these programs do they require income documentation.
Right. Right.
No income documentation. Also, listen to
Non-QM.
this. Yeah, market, you get cash back at closing versus the cost of lot. It's a unique
Okay.
feature that they have. Cash back at closing versus cost of a lot. For insurance, many banks will not lend or provide cash back on the lot.
Give me an example of that.
Okay, for example, let's say you want to refinance, you want to convert your construction loan to DSCR. Okay,
Right.
they will give you cash back, based on the value of your lot and the value of the property value, including your lot.
Well, they give you
That
like,
that's the way I understand it. Yeah, they'll um cash back at close versus cost of lot. Okay. Um, as many banks will not lend or provide cash back on the lot.
okay. So,
Yeah.
do they require you have reserves to start the project? You know,
They normally require that you have like, at least I think 3 months reserved or something like that. A couple of months of reserve. You got to have something. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Um, local builders uh always seek bank financing, at times run into income issues or lack of funds. Uh, held by the bank, like you see every day with self-employed borrowers, tax return, that they don't qualify because of tax returns. Also, banks, Mario, tend to work with larger builders,
right,
and they have less interest in the small builder, that closes 3 to 4 units a year.
right.
Okay, there's less competition with other non-QM lenders and less private capital guys that we see in the fix and flip financing. Okay. So they're pretty aggressive. They're pretty aggressive when it comes to construction financing and fix and flip loans. Okay. And it's pretty easy. For the fix and flip, there's a loan application. You don't have to fill out a 1003 or an IRLA. It's a much shorter, standard application. You do have to have an address, okay, because they go by the location. So if you want to build a house,
You have
you
to
know,
already
you
have
you got to have at least, yeah, you got to have at least an address, correct, of
an
the
address,
lot
right,
that you're
right.
going to
A lot,
buy, and yeah,
right,
and
right,
before you begin the project, they'll give you a prequal showing you how much the loan on it, and of course, if it's a construction loan, then it's a little more. You got to give them a little more information as far as the cost of construction. Okay, the
right.
borrowers, they must identify the property, uh, but it doesn't need to be under a contract.
How
Okay,
doesn't have to be on the contract. Okay, to get
no,
started.
yeah, yeah, just
How much will they lend? What's the maximum loan amount?
well, if it depends on it depends on what type of construction. Is it a fix and flip? If it's a construction loan, they'll loan up to 95% of the construction cost, and I believe 90% of the total value. The after built the value, and same thing with the fix and flip. They'll go to say 90% of the total,
The
90% of
ARV, yeah, after repair, after build value.
after repair value, correct.
Well,
Yep.
what are their limits? How high can they go? In
Well,
dollars.
they can go, their limits are they can go up to uh, millions, 2 million, 3 million, 5 million.
So somebody that wants to build a house like in Fort Lauderdale or Pine
Yeah,
Bluff,
yep. Let's say someone wants to build a house, can't qualify under normal standards, but they have a good relative, good credit. They're strong in their assets, and they want to build a home. Again, remember this type of loan is for investors, not for owner occupied.
right, 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 right. So
Okay.
yeah, yeah, somebody will probably build I don't know, a lot in
Yep.
Fort Lauderdale by the intercoastal is going to be pretty expensive.
Yep.
But if you
Yep.
could find a lot, or if you could find like a tear down or something like that,
Right. Right.
uh,
Right.
then you can you know fix it up or
Yep.
rebuild it, build
Yeah. You can.
the site,
Yep.
and you could sell for millions of dollars.
Exactly.
The
Exactly.
ARV would be, I mean, I don't know what the construction cost is, but
Yep. Yep.
an ARV could be, I don't know,
Yeah. You can
two and
do,
a half,
you know,
$3 million.
you can do Airbnb. You can do, or you can rent it. You can do a DSCR, or you can just turn around and sell it.
And sell it. Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Those are the folks that I run into a lot.
Yep. Yep.
That
Yep. Well,
their plan is to build and sell,
yeah. Yeah.
and
Exactly.
start over
Uh,
again.
well, th those are the people that we can help for sure. And I know that you guys have a lot of programs, but I don't think you have this program,
No, ours, we don't have
the
construction. We have
the
a fixed and
construction
flip
loans.
with construction.
Yeah.
What are the
Yeah.
fees? What are the fees on these loans?
Pardon me?
What are the fees on these loans?
The fees are whatever you want to make as underwriting fee or origination. You know,
Yeah.
I would say, 2% would probably be standard. You know,
What does the lender? What does the lenders charge?
the lenders, I believe they have their fee, their underwriting fee. Um, I don't know the exact amount, but I'm sure that they have an underwriting fee. I can find that out for you.
Yeah,
Once we get someone
underwriting.
that's interested, we can give them a proposal.
Yeah,
They'll prepare just like you guys. They'll prepare a conditional loan approval for your client.
yeah,
And then once the conditions are met, then we can get it clear to close or
yeah. Well, what
clear
I
to
would do,
proceed. Yeah.
what I would do is I would get as much information about the experience of the borrower. I
Yep.
would
Yep.
the investor. I would
Yep.
get information about do they own the land? You know,
Exactly.
and if they do, how much equity they have on the land,
Yep. Yep. Yep.
and what
Yep.
type of home and
Yep.
what's the construction, the estimated construction costs that they have, and
Exactly. I can send you. I can
what
send
the
you their. I can send you their application, Mario.
oh, good,
And
good, yeah,
it's a short application. That way, you send it to them, they fill it out, and we'll see what we can do for them.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that'll be
The
helpful.
Yeah, like you were mentioning a little earlier, the construction loan will be dispersed in stages and draws.
Yeah,
Okay. And the client will be submitting a draw request that will be processed by Linsure. Linsure will request construction progress inspection reports, copies of paid invoices, et cetera, for completed work.
right,
Clients will be
right.
reimbursed 8% of completed work based on the original loan cost ratio.
How many draws?
Uh, could be, usually on a construction project, usually there's like four draws.
Four, and
Yeah,
and
four or five draws.
okay, and it's a 1 year loan.
Mhm.
It's a 1 year loan.
It's a 12-month loan, correct.
Well,
Correct.
well,
If it takes 12 months. If it takes more, they'll extend it. Okay.
okay.
And then of course you pay interest, interest only during those 12 months.
What rate do they offer?
Rates are generally the same as the HELOCs. They're usually prime plus one or plus two.
Okay,
So I think the prime rate right now is 7.25. It came down.
7.25. Yeah, it went down a
It
little
went
bit.
down. Yep. The nice thing about this for the MLO for us is that we might be able to do two transactions out of this one transaction. You do the fix and flip or the construction loan, and then you do the DSCR,
Yes,
and
yeah,
you get paid twice. You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
it's not bad. You know,
That's sweet.
and and then you get the repeat customer because once they're once
Yeah,
they do it the first time, they'll keep
they'll
doing it.
come back.
You buy, rehab, refinance, rent, and repeat.
Yep. Buy,
You know,
rehab, refinance, rent, and repeat. I like that.
yeah. The within 30 days of the project, the investor can apply for a DSCR investor loan, and the DSCR loan pays off the construction loan, which qualifies on the project rents and after renovation. Also,
Yeah,
this is important. Most DSCRs will not go below one. Okay, this lender will go to 0.75
Well,
ratio on the so in other words, the rent doesn't necessarily have to cover the mortgage payment.
right.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
got to it's
And
got to cover
up to what else?
75% of the mortgage payment.
Okay, and they'll go. They'll lend on the DSCR.
Yeah.
To what LTV?
On the DSCR, generally it's 80%.
Up to 80. Okay. Just
80%.
in
Yeah.
case, with us,
80%, 30 years. Yeah.
with us is 75 LTV, but there's
Yeah.
no DSCR. We don't look at the DSCR just in
I
case.
know. Yeah. I know. Yeah. Yeah, I know.
You
Yeah.
know,
You don't look,
rates
yeah.
are higher.
Yeah. The rates are probably a little bit higher. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway, the idea is to repeat the process, with another loan, another construction
sure.
loan, and let Leinster do the heavy lifting. Okay.
Yeah,
Because they're, what is a DCR? All right, we all know what a DCR is, which is basically gross rents, right? The gross rent, monthly rent divided by the PITI. It will give you the ratio, okay? And we can, like I said before, we can go down to 0.75 with a lower LTV, negative ratio,
right,
okay? The loan qualification is based on the property cash flow, not personal income.
right.
Okay, so that's the idea of a DSCR. But it's cool that they go down to 75% because
Sure.
not all DSCRs are going to cover the mortgage payment.
Right.
With the insurance the way it is and taxes the way they are,
Yeah.
you know, it barely covers the your rent barely covers your payment. So
Right. Right. That's true.
yeah,
That's
the DSCR, as we all know, there's no income docs required. Uh, you know, it's the approval is solely based on the property performance. Uh, they'll do they'll do single family, multifamily up to 4 units, condos and condo hotels.
condo
Okay,
hotels.
condo
Condo.
hotels. Yep,
Yeah. That's
yep,
that's cool.
yep. And they don't have to verify taxes and insurance on any other properties that they own. That's another thing. You can close multiple loans for the same investor at the same time.
Oh,
So you can have 3 or 4 loans with Lensure. There's no
three or
limit
four
as to how
projects
many
going
loans.
on. Three or four
Yep,
projects going on at the same
you
time.
can have 3 or 4 projects. Yeah, yeah. Fast closing, with minimal conditions. Building wealth over time. You know, the idea for the investor, for our client, is for them to be able to acquire multiple properties, without income or DTI restrictions. Okay. Scale faster, by leveraging property cash flow for wealth building and easier approvals. Um, Successful, experienced investors will be approved, again and again. Once you get one investor approved for one loan, he's going to be approved for the next loan for sure. Okay. A streamlined process, fast acquisitions, and repeat closings. So this lender is used to dealing with the same investor, you know, the same investor, going forward. Okay. So let's see here.
Elias, they don't charge any points
Yeah.
or operating fees,
You charge whatever points you want to charge.
but
Okay.
does Lensure
But they
charge points?
the only thing they charge is I'm sure that there's charges for each of the draws in the construction loan. I'm sure they probably charge an underwriting fee. It's probably closer to what you guys charge. Could be around maybe, I don't know, $1,500 to $1,900, somewhere around there.
That's
Okay.
great.
Yeah.
That's
Um, this is an example of what this could look like. Year one, the investor acquires, let's say, 2 rentals, right? Using a DSCR. Year three, they refinance, they they unlock the equity, and they add 3 more properties. They buy 3 more properties. Year five, the portfolio grows to 10 or more units, all through repeat DSCR. So this is a very interesting, concept for any investor that that wants to use leverage, and they don't want to
yeah.
use all their money to buy the property. you know. It's pretty cool. Where do we find these potential borrowers, Mario? There's online forums, social media groups, real estate forums, forums of realtors, real estate agents, brokerage firms. How many times have you had a real estate agent ask you, "Hey, do you guys do construction loans on construction non-qualifying loans?"
Right.
Okay, I do construction loans also conforming. So for you to know, if you have a buyer that wants to build their dream home and they qualify, they're A paper, they're Fannie Mae approved, we can do a construction loan for them. Okay.
Good.
And if they have a lot that's paid for, they don't need any money up front. They don't need any down payment at all because their lot is usually 20% or 30% of the value of the full value. So right there, they have they have instant equity in their property, in their lot. So all they have to finance, Mario, is the construction cost.
The construction costs.
Yep.
And they'll go
And and
95.
they'll be getting a real good rate. They'll be getting Fannie Mae rates, which I got one right now that we're closing. It's not a construction loan, but we got a rate of 5.3/4. Okay.
On a DSCR?
No, no, on a regular refi, cash out.
Oh,
Yeah, 5.3/4, man.
well, that will be DSCR though, right?
No, no, no way you can get a 5.3/4 on a DSCR. Yeah, this lowest DSCR that I've seen right now is around 6.5 to 7.
Wow.
Yeah, but still, the DSCR, that's a good rate for a DSCR. 6.5, 6.3/4 is a great
Yeah,
rate. You know.
yeah,
But anyway, where do we meet up with our clients? Where do we get our clients from? Potential borrowers? These meetup groups, realtors, local events, networking events. These investment clubs. If you can go to one of these investment clubs, you can pick up a lot of leads. Okay,
yeah.
local investment clubs, and for your own business, it's it's good to do that. Okay, because
Sure.
it's all about marketing. You know,
Marketing, yeah.
yeah,
Networking.
networking, yeah, networking,
Mm.
marketing, and that's what it's all about. Facebook also. You can join. Find a Facebook flippers page and join the group.
Yeah,
And let
yeah. It's,
them be aware that you offer commercial money, construction, and you'd be amazed. We might get a couple of these. Okay, you
yeah.
never know. And I'll send you the application tomorrow
Okay.
uh, or Monday. And that way you'll send it to your client and let them know that if they ask you, we have it. Okay, the construction loan. So it's a
Yeah.
it's a very quick application. Nothing out of the ordinary. This is the website. This is their email here and their phone number. Any questions that you have, they'll be willing to answer it for you.
Then
Okay.
sure.
They'll answer. They got marketing. I can send you some marketing pieces, but since you're already working for another lender, that might not be a good idea. You know.
No,
So,
no, most
so
important that send construction. They're, they're
yeah,
they're pretty they're pretty cool, things that don't
yeah,
fit our guidelines.
right,
They
right.
don't care if we place them with somebody.
Oh, okay,
You
okay.
know,
Well, that's good. That's good. Well, I'll send you, whatever I have, I'll send you. With my information, with my license number and all that stuff.
yeah, cool, cool,
So you
cool.
just send your client what I send you, and you tell them that you're doing it with me, yata. You
Yeah,
know.
no, no, absolutely, and that's what I'll be doing.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
be transferring it to you. Get as much
yeah.
information as possible.
Yep, yep,
You know,
yep.
so
Exactly, exactly.
transfer it to you. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Well, that does it for the construction financing non-qualified, which is, I tell you, I had not heard that. I didn't know this existed, to be honest with you.
Wow,
I I
95%.
I really, I knew about construction financing, but most construction financing is qualifying,
Right.
and this is excellent this is excellent for for the small, contractor that wants to build, 3 or 4 or 5 houses a year,
Yeah,
build them and
absolutely.
sell them.
Absolutely.
It's perfect, perfect.
Yeah.
Um,
I have a good broker too that's on the West Coast. And
yeah,
he's in Tampa,
yeah.
and he's all over the place in that area. And he's
Well,
got some, investors that come to him all the time. So that
well, that
push right there.
that's your perfect lead right there. You want to
Yeah.
call them and let them know, send them a brochure, send him something on this project, and if he has any investors that want to build, build or uh, we can do it. Okay, and you got you guys got a pretty good fix and flip program also.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a little bit
Yeah,
strict because when we first started, we
yeah,
were a little bit the guidelines were a little looser,
yeah.
and we got in trouble. So
Hmm.
they made it a little bit stricter. Now you have to qualify.
Right now, you got
You
to
have to have
qualify for
at least one investment property,
right,
uh, for level three, two
right,
fix and flips for level two, and
yeah,
five fix and flips for level one.
right, right. This lender doesn't have that requirement, so you
That's
know,
that's a plus.
yeah, whatever clients you can do, but, send them my way. I'll try to get it done.
Absolutely.
You know, um, one last thing I want to go over with you real quick. You know the reverse mortgages, right?
I don't know too much about them,
All
but
right. Well, the reverse mortgages are good. Depends on what what you want to use the mortgage for.
right,
What your purpose is. If your purpose is staying in your home for the rest of your life, it's a good deal.
right,
Because no, you're staying there. You can use the money for anything, for fixing up the house, but your heirs, when you pass away, the value of the property might not be as high because you're going to have a reverse mortgage. You know,
right. You
but
don't have that much equity. Right.
correct. That's the only setback. But who cares about your heirs if they don't need your property?
Exactly. Exactly.
And they're not helping, your children are not helping you with your mortgage. With the,
Exactly. Your heirs should be happy that you're getting a reverse mortgage.
and they should be, right. And if they're not, then they're interested in getting your house. That's the way I look at it.
That's yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way I look at it. But anyway, they've come up with a new program. Listen to this. It's called, for those who don't want to do a reverse mortgage, right? But they can't afford a HELOC. Okay, the HELOCs normally, that they usually it's prime rate plus 1 or 2. They're usually paying 8-9% rate on the
Right.
HELOC.
And it's adjustable too. Prime
It's
goes up. Yeah. Is
correct.
it always based on prime?
Yeah, this one is based. I don't know. I believe it is based on prime. I'm not 100% sure, but
Elias, let me ask you a question. Do you have anybody that does HELOCs on investment residential properties?
yeah, we
What
sure do.
LTV? What LTV?
The LTV for investment properties. What's their credit score?
Oh, okay. It's credit score driven. Say
It's
the
credit
middle
score driven.
middle of the road 710.
I would say right off the top of my head, probably 80%.
Not bad. Not
80% for owner occupied, it's 90%.
okay. You're right. Right. Right.
Oh, hey, whatever deal you can do, uh, put it my way. I have like 12 lenders, man.
Okay.
I can put it with someone, and if they it's better to get the loan than not do the loan, right? If you
Exactly.
can do it. So,
Exactly. Exactly.
yeah, yeah.
And
Anyway, this
I,
equity
I wet
select,
my whiskers that way too.
there you go. It's a first lien position. Okay, not this is not a second lien position. It's kind of
Oh,
like a reverse mortgage. However, Uh, the loan to value is 75%.
70%?
Um, 75% loan to value. Now,
Wow.
this is the
No,
cool
no
part
matter
about it.
how old you are?
Uh,
No matter how old you are?
no matter how old you are. Right. Now,
Okay, but you got
if
to be a
you're
senior. You have to be a senior though, right? Or does
no,
it?
no, you don't. That's
Oh,
the thing. No, if you're over 59, okay,
okay.
if you're over 59, you can pay on the mortgage as little as 1% of the balance in the monthly payment. You see here? 1%.
Okay.
All right. Do you
Okay.
see what I'm showing you there?
Wait, let me see.
Yeah. See that 1%? See that
No,
1%?
yeah.
Okay, the borrower will choose a minimum monthly payment for the life of the loan equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5% of the mortgage balance.
Wow.
Okay. Let me give you an example. Now, if you're 59 or younger, then you don't have access to the 1 or 2% minimum monthly payment. Do you remember the pick a pay that was that well it was horrible, but they called it the pick a pay where you could pick the payment you wanted to make.
Yeah, but sometimes it would be a negative mortgage.
This is very similar to a reverse mortgage. You can do a pick a pay, and you can pick a 1%, and you know the difference will go into your mortgage. It'll be a negative negative amount. Okay,
Right.
so yeah, that is but you're not going to find a loan a HELOC with such low of a payment. Okay,
Okay.
let me give you an idea here. It's a 40-year loan term.
40
Um,
years.
yeah, the qualifying rate is at 10%. Okay. Let me see, a
It's
primary
so it's a
residence
first
only.
mortgage, all right?
It's a
It's
first mortgage. It's a first HELOC. Yeah. Yep. It's yeah. Okay. You can have a 30-day late on a mortgage in the last 12 months with a 670 credit score. Um, ETI 50% on this one. Let's see here.
no prepayment penalty. Does it have a prepayment penalty?
No,
No.
no
On
prepayment.
primary.
Single family condominiums, warrantable, 2 to 4 units. Properties listed for sale within the last 12 months are not generally acceptable. However, borrower may provide a letter of explanation detailing the reasons for the underwriting to review. Exceptions considered case by case. Uh, okay, let's see here. If there's any repairs, uh, they can do a holdback for the repairs.
Oh,
That's non-borrowing spouses. They have to go through like an education video on the HELOC, equity select HELOC, but it's done at home. It's not it's a video. It's not a counseling session that you have to go through. Okay,
like you
uh,
do with a reverse mortgage, right?
like you do with a reverse mortgage. It's a little simpler than a reverse mortgage. Correct. Correct. It's very similar in that your payments are hardly nothing. I mean, you can go for let's say you go for a $200,000 equity line. Okay, and your total payment on that 200,000 will be on that 200,000 would be say 1% of the balance. Okay, your payment would be 166 per month.
Well,
Now, if you were to pay an equity line of 200,000, all right, at interest only, let's say you're paying interest only 8.5%. Let's see, what's 8.5% of 200,000 is it's $1,400 a month.
that's just PI.
That's principal and interest. 1,400, 1,416 a month for 200,000. Where you'd be paying 166 per month with this program. for 200,000. You're getting the same loan, but instead of paying, instead of paying the the 1,700, you're paying 166.
Is this like a negative amortization?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. If you have a choice, if you pay 1%, it'll be a negative amortization.
Right.
Okay. Because they give you, remember I told you they give you a choice as to how much you want to pay. You can pay
Up to
over
five.
here. Yeah, you can pay wait a minute. You can pay you can pay up to 5%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, one, two, three, all the way to 5%. Correct. Correct. But an older individual, Mario, will not be able to afford an equity line and pay $2,000 a month,
A HELOC. You're right.
a HELOC. They qualify you based on the minimum, on the 1%. So most homeowners that are older, can't would not be able to afford. This is good for someone that wants to do repairs to their property. You know, a lot of these older people that they have homes that need a lot of repair and they don't have the money to do it. You know, they
Mm,
don't
you're
have the money to do the repairs.
you're
You
right.
know,
You're right.
so this is an alternative to a reverse mortgage. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's good to know. And it's acuérdate que it's a HELOC. You don't pay nothing unless you use it. You know, you can
Well,
draw, you can make, have a draw and pay it back if you want.
but they will
Okay.
be in first position, so any mortgages you have would have to be paid off.
Would have to be paid off, yeah, because they're in first position. Correct. Correct. Yeah. Yeah. That is correct. Yep. I see here. Yeah, that's about it. But it's a new program. Not many lenders have it.
And
Um,
they'll lend you up to how much? What
they
loan
will
to
lend you,
value?
yeah, they'll lend you maximum property value is 10 million.
And wow. And what
10
what
million. So
what's the loan to value?
aquí estaba, the loan to value was
What,
what I think it was 90%. What I see.
90. 90.
Espérate. I think I saw it here somewhere. Seasoning requirements. Espérate. Loan to value. Espérate.
And you could do whatever you want with that money, right?
Oh, here's the loan to value. Remember we went over it. 75
75,
percent
74,
Yeah, yeah.
90, 75. That's
75% loan to
right.
value. Correct. But this is for an older individual that yeah, they may have a little negative amortization, but that they need the money. They really need the money, but they can't afford the HELOC. They can't afford
Right.
the payment. This is a
Wow, that's
perfect,
that's pretty good.
perfect. Yeah, yeah. Something. It's something that they could use. So
Yeah,
one
yeah.
last thing, Mario. I got one other program that you might be interested in. Have you ever come across someone who, and especially now here in South Florida, everybody is moving out of here. Okay, they're
All right. We're talking about
yeah,
that.
they're selling their home and they're going either further north, they're buying new homes, or they're going into an area where the insurance rates are not as high, that you don't have flood insurance. People are leaving South Florida.
Really.
Okay, yeah, the insurance rates are extremely high.
Through the roof, yeah.
They were saying that there's more people right now. There's more people leaving Florida than there were coming to Florida.
Wow.
So for
Was
for
it
for a lot
Florida
of
or
these
was
people,
it South Florida?
that's not mainly in South Florida, Dade, Broward, Miami-Dade, and Broward County, and homes that are people that live close to the coast,
On the West Coast too. You're
the
talking
West
about
Coast and the East
Lehigh
Coast,
Acres, Fort Myers.
Fort Myers. Yep, yep, yep. What's the name of that other town that has it's really growing a lot? ¿Cómo se llama? Eh, it's near Fort Myers. It's
Coral Springs.
Coral. No, not Coral Springs. What is it? Where they have a bunch of canals and stuff.
Pues,
Eh,
Punta Gorda.
cerca de Punta Gorda. ¿Cómo se llama la islita esa que? coño, que se me olvidó. I forgot the name.
I recall.
Yeah, it's Coral something, Coral something. But anyway,
Well, yeah, yeah. I thought it was Coral Springs, but Coral Springs is
it's
in Berkeley
not Coral
County.
Springs. No, it's not Coral Springs. It's
I know.
no. But anyway, all those people there, if they have an older home, the insurance is just it's just out of this world. And then you couple the insurance with the taxes. I had one lady today. I went to the doctor and I was telling her, that I might be moving up to West Palm Beach, and she says, "Oh, I'd love to get out of here. I live in a house in Hollywood and close to the beach, and I'm paying $8,000 a year for insurance,
Oh my God.
and I'm paying almost $6,000 a year for taxes."
Oh my God. And
So this lady, she's a nurse and she's got a great job. Her husband works, but they want to get out of here.
they need great jobs
Yeah, yeah, I
just to
know, I
pay,
know.
just
But
for the
anyway,
over.
the point is that there's a company called Up Equity where if you need to let's say you want to buy your home before before you sell it, or of course you need the equity of your home to be able to buy. Okay, they
Right.
they will do a program for you where you can buy a home, the home of your dreams, right? You can buy the home of your dreams, and they will upfront the equity in the
Up
form
until
of
what? Up to what LTV?
a bridge loan. Listen to this, without you having to make any monthly payments for 6 months.
Wow.
Gives
Give
you
you,
gives
give
you
you
enough
enough
time.
time to buy the
The
house. Oh,
LTV,
yours.
the LTV basically will depend on how much you owe, but normally it's around 80%, 80 to 90% on the LTV. So in
Wow.
other words, let's say you own a home that's 500,000, and you have a mortgage that's 200,000, right? You cannot buy another property and qualify with that mortgage on that property because
Right.
you have to pay it off, right? So they'll lend you they'll do a bridge loan on that property for 80%. In other words, they'll loan you $300,000, right? 80% of 500 is no. What's 80% of 500? 350,000. All right, they'll loan you 350. They'll pay off your $200,000 mortgage, and they'll give you $150,000 for your down payment on your new home.
Wow.
Okay. Total, the origination fee on
Okay.
that is 1.9%.
Wow.
Okay. Now, they give you 6 months to put the house on the market to sell it. You can buy it, and when you qualify, you're not going to have any monthly payments. They're not, the lender, they're not going to, it's a program where you're not going to have a monthly payment. Because the idea is that when you sell your property, you'll pay off the loan.
Right.
Okay,
That's a
you'll pay off. Yeah, you'll pay
that's a
off the
good
loan.
deal. That's a very
It's
good.
a it's a very good deal for people who want to who want to get out of here, and they don't want to place their home on the market because they're afraid if they sell it, where am I going to go?
Right.
That is a common that's a common question everybody has when they've been in a home for 20, 30 years, and they have a lot of equity, and they say, well, if I sell, where am I going to go? Well, this program allows you to find your dream home first. Hey, go out and take a look at what you want, and once you find it, then you apply uh, for this trade in, for the equity, for this program, for
Right.
the bridge loan,
Right.
and they will do the bridge loan, no monthly payments at all, and give you 6 months to sell the house. And you can use part of the money for to stage the house, to fix up your house, to sell it. You can
Yeah.
get a
Yeah.
lot
Yeah.
higher if you sell it. You know,
Sure. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
that's
Good
exactly what
deal.
we're doing here at my house. We're selling our house. I don't know if I told you.
Yeah. You told me.
Yeah,
I saw the
it,
listing.
yeah. And we're thinking we're thinking about moving up to West Palm Beach,
Good. Yeah, you were telling me.
closer to the grandkids, and I
Oh,
feel
your grandkids are up in West Palm Beach?
yeah,
Oh,
they're yeah, they're in West Palm Beach. Yeah, yeah.
good,
Yeah,
good.
well, we're not moving up there just for them, but we looked around. It's nice to be close to your grandkids. Don't get
Sure.
me wrong. It's nice to be close to your grandkids. You go to their baseball games, and we're always together. So it would be very very nice. They live up in near Loxahatchee.
Loxahatchee.
Yeah, and we're going to be right near them. We're going to be in a town called Westlake in Palm Beach.
Okay, good.
And the nice thing about the area is that it's only an hour and 15 minutes away from here. It's not that
Yeah,
far at all.
yeah, it's
And
Palm Beach right there.
yeah, yeah, and it's in an area where we don't have to worry about hurricanes. All the homes there are impact windows, impact doors.
Insur
Um,
insurance is low.
no flood insurance. Insurance is low. Yep. So
What's
yeah,
the
we're
name
we're
again?
excited.
Westlake, say I'm on the way.
But Westlake, yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
I'll send you listen, I'm gonna send you a website.
Okay.
It's uh it's a special community for it's an over 55 community
Oh, okay.
and yeah, but it's really beautiful, man. It's like living in a resort. It's like you're living in a resort.
Well,
It's beautiful. And
what
we're
about
gonna be
HOA fees?
no, there is HOA fees. Yeah, the HOA fees are around I think they're like 358 or 360 a month.
You
But
have a lot of amenities.
yeah, it covers the HOA fees, covers all of your landscaping, your irrigation. In other words, we were looking for a house like that because we're not going to be living in the house for more than 6 or 7 months out of the year.
Okay,
We're me and my wife, we're going to be traveling a lot.
good.
So I want to come back to my home and not have to worry about cutting the yard, and not have to worry about watering my flowers, not have to worry about a Category 5 hurricane coming in.
Right.
So I want to have peace of mind. So we're getting a brand new home.
Oh,
You know,
nice.
brand new home. It's going to have an office. It's going to have a two-car garage. It's going to have a lake in the back.
Oh,
Um, it's really, really beautiful, and we're getting it for a heck of a price. Down here, that house would be worth $1 million or
wow,
more, and up there, we're we're getting it like for $300,000-400,000 less.
wow. That's good. That
Yeah,
congratulations.
thank you, man. Thank you. So yeah, now I'll be in a different marketplace up there.
Yeah,
You know, I think I'm gonna be moving up the category.
that's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
Tú sabes. Vamos a ver. Oye, coño, it was nice talking to you, Mario.
Likewise, likewise. We got to talk some more. This is some good. These are good programs, and
Absolutely.
I want to
Absolutely.
profit from them too.
Yeah, well, if you have any clients that you guys can do, swing them my way,
Yeah,
okay?
I got that application. I'll fill that application out for you.
And then get it over to me, and I'll contact the client for you. No, not a problem.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, my brother.
Okay.
Take care
All
of
right.
yourself. All right.
Elias, too. God bless.
God bless you, man.
Pleasure.
Thank you, man. Take
Okay.
care. All
Bye.
right. Bye-bye.